The Clockwork Orange, a very violent film by Stanley Kubrick from the early 1970s, about gangs of marauding young people who go around beating people up for fun. And they do the beating up to the tune of, they're whistling, singing in the rain as they go around beating people up. However, part of the point of that is that by using very nice establishment style music, and they use Beethoven's Fifth Symphony as well. By using that, they are saying that street violence is not just street violence, but is also associated with and is the same as political violence. It's the same as civilized violence. I'm singing in the rain, Beethoven's Fifth, any operas and dramas and all these things. So what Kubrick is saying, and indeed what Anthony Burgess is saying in this great book and film, is that young people are violent, poor people are violent, but the whole system is violent too. And they're doing that by using music very cleverly in that production. The use of handheld camera is another technique that can be very political and have an effect. So in a brilliant film called The Battle of Algiers from 1966, which is about the Algerian Revolution, resistance against France, against colonial France, they're using handheld cameras, and it gives a sense of immediacy, and it gives a sense of, well, you know, when we see footage from Gaza, it gives a sense we're with that movement, we're with that person. So it allows us to sympathize with the people who are making it, and sympathize with the and demonize the French colonialists. How about the use of lighting? So say if you've ever seen the George Orwell film, 1984, in that film they're showing a dystopia, and so they suck all the colour out of the frame, so that everything looks really barren and horrible and grey and muted, and that gives a sense of totalitarianism. Number 5, just again another suggestion from me: close-ups, extreme close-ups. A really interesting film called The Act of Killing. If you are interested in East Timor, the really good film was finally made about East Timor in 2012. Bear in mind that eventually East Timor was solved in about 1999. Eventually Indonesia withdrew from East Timor in 1999, basically because those activists, people like Cohen and Chomsky and so on, effectively broke through and made it just they couldn't do it.